Corey Swears here for Slap News. The main event, the Bell, going up against Wolverine Power Slap #2. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, man?
I'm doing really good. I am excited. I interviewed Ron yesterday. Now I'm getting the Bell on the show. Gonna make this heavyweight championship belt full. Slap News, as you know, is on the scene. We were working incredibly hard to get all of the insight from the fighters. So I want to know, my man, you shocked the world for a lot of people in Power Slap that were ignorant to your previous experience in Slap Fight Championship. I seen it. I knew it was coming. You shocked the world, like I said, in illustrious fashion against Dwayne Crespo. Put your name on the map. Got you in line as the #1 contender. To be able to go up against Wolverine for that title match. What did it mean to you to do it the way that you did? Because I know you felt disrespected by Dwayne going into that match.
Man, it was just a it's hard to explain honestly. It was just there was a lot going into it. It was like just people not knowing, like just discrediting me for what I've done already, and
Mhm.
just like actually showing why I was already a part of the sport, like why they brought me on as assistant coach, and really just prove myself to the sport, honestly.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, you're not a newcomer to it. I know you're young in age, but you're have a plethora of experience. Have you changed your training whatsoever going into this matchup against Wolverine?
No, I've honestly just ramped up my training. I've taken what I've been doing, added on to it. Like if I've been doing it for a while now, so I have what I want to do and what I want to focus on. I've been just working on that and hammering in those single things.
Yeah. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have never met Wolverine, right?
Uh, never met Wolverine or never
Like
fought.
fighting, fight wise, fight.
Oh
Yeah.
no, yeah, no, I've never fought Ron, so it's gonna be it's gonna be the first, and
Mhm.
he's honestly like one of the best in the sport right now. Like he has a belt right now, so it's gonna be a hard match going into it. I was looking to, hunker down, train what I've been working on, keep working on that, build myself
Mhm.
up and hopefully get the win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've been able to see him. Is there anything in his game that you think you can exploit come May 24th on Rumble?
Honestly, there's not much to exploit when it comes to Ron. Like he has a great chin, he could take some good hits, and as you saw in his last match, he can knock someone out. So he has
Mhm.
power, he has a great chin. Like so at that point, it's just me versus him. Like there's nothing really I could exploit in his game.
Yeah. Did you think that being so close to him during the show, watching him train, watching him explain how to slap to other competitors, did you think that he was ever going to slap Darius the way that he did? Because looking back at it, it was quite unique how he was able to deliver that slap on Darius. Obviously, they've fought many times, went 27 rounds, but this time around, he was able to get it done in quick succession and in a pretty unique fashion. Um, did you see that coming, or is that something that he kept under wraps?
Honestly, he definitely kept that under wraps because I didn't expect it. Like after seeing how
Mhm.
their last match went, I don't think anyone really would have expected it to end how it did because
Mhm.
like that surprised everybody when Darius went down. So I think it was really just
Mhm.
out of the blue for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I talked to a lot of different guys, including the coaches and stuff. Ryan Phillips, and they were saying even Ron was winding up with an underhand, backstage before going out there, and then consequently speaking to Ron later on, talking a little bit about you know, the if you want to call it showmanship, sportsmanship, the strategy behind it, and seeing where Darius's chin was placed, changed his trajectory of his arm placement because he wanted to attack in a different way. Do you think that that strike is going to change the game for a lot of cats, seeing how he wound up low, for the first two swings, and on the third swing changed the trajectory of his arm to more of a overhand strike versus underhand?
Honestly, I think it's going to depend on the fighter because there's certain fighters that try to like flinch with the hit, like receive it, but like move with it and try to
Mm-hmm.
like predict it. Like I know Darius used to do that. That's
Hmm.
why Ron came out with this technique. So I think it's definitely going to change the game for fighters that have been trying to copy Darius's technique, and even Darius can mess it up. He's had 17 matches and he's gone away with it, but it happens. So I think it's definitely going to change the game for those kind of fighters out there.
Absolutely. Coming up, you get your boots on the ground. Is that when it's really going to feel real for you? You seem very calm, cool, collected. We're like 5 days out at this moment. When's it really going to sink in, and when are we going to see that energy? I know you were calm going in your last match, but once you had that KO victory, we've seen that excitement come from you. So I know it's in there.
See, I always try to stay calm, cool, and collected before going into a match like this. So,
Mhm.
like, I'm holding that excitement in for that day. That like when we get onto that stage, that's where everything comes out. That's where I'm putting in that 110%. I'm like just before anything, like I'm just that type of person.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sidebar question for you though. I know Steve will do it. Gave you $1,000 coin after your match. Are you bringing it back to Vegas to cash it in, or are you going to double or nothing on black or red at the roulette table?
Ooh, my coworkers have been asking me the same question. I'm not a gambling person, so like just I don't really like to gamble, but
Yeah,
it is a tempting prospect because like it's got to be lucky. Like it has to be lucky. Like it came after
yeah,
the
yeah,
knockout. There has to be some luck rubbed into her some, but I don't know. I think it'll be a in the moment kind of decision if I do it.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Looking at the match with Ron, 5 rounds. In the actual title match. What's the longest a match that you've had has ever went? Including your time with Slap Fight Championship.
11.
11 rounds.
Yeah, 11 against Frank because I fouled in the 10th round and I got hit 11.
Gotcha. Do you think Ron's ever been hit as hard as you're going to hit him this coming Wednesday?
Honestly, I don't think so. I I don't I don't want to sound braggy or anything, but I don't think so. I feel like I'm probably going to hit him the hardest he's been hit yet in this doing this, and we're going to see how he takes it. That's all it's going to come down to.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you have what would be considered as, I think in this moment as, one of the ideal body types for this sport? Long arms, big hands. You're able to transition that weight and power, get good whip on your strike that increases the velocity. Um, do you think your body type is that ideal for where the sport is right now?
Yeah, where this sport is right now, I think it is just the long hands. You get better speed, as you were saying, big hands, all of that. I think it definitely
Mm-hmm.
plays a factor, but there's there could be exceptions to everything. But if you're looking for that ideal body type, the longer your arms are definitely is going to help. The bigger your hand is going to help. Like it all plays a factor, and definitely flexibility too as well, because you have to be able to transition all that weight without twisting your ankle.
Totally. What do you think about the makeup of your actual, your skull and your head? Do you think there's any benefits, or is there any perceived makeup of having a wider head, wider jaw? Do you think there's anything to that could also play into the sport?
I don't think it's really like skull or anything. I would say like how your shoulders are built, like your how you have your like
Mm-hmm.
how basically how good you got your shoulders worked out, your neck muscles, like that kind of stuff. I don't think it's really
Mm-hmm.
your skull makeup or anything. I think it's more like how just how much muscle that you've built in those areas.
Gotcha, my man. Wednesday, you're going to be waiting around. I know you're coming from the East Coast to the West Coast. This time, shorter fight week for you. I'm assuming you're flying in Sunday.
Yeah.
Getting ready for the press conference on Monday. You'll be up there on Wednesday. Are you worried about the time change at all and potentially impacting your energy levels? Because you will be one of the last fights of the night. Probably won't come on till 8:30, 9 o'clock Pacific time, which will be approximately midnight for you. Are you worried about that whatsoever?
Honestly, no. I have a pretty bad sleep schedule because I'm always trying to do something, so I stay busy,
Mhm.
and I'm usually get the most stuff done at night because I'm just a night owl. I hate mornings. I love doing stuff at night.
Mhm.
So that changed midnight. That's completely fine for me. I'm usually dead awake at midnight anyways. It's
Okay, okay.
terrible. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's actually
yeah,
going to be better in Vegas because I'll actually be able to take a break, get some sleep. So I'll actually feel, awake for my match.
yeah. I mean, last time going in, you were the underdog on the Vegas betting line. And if I recall, I know you took that a little bit personally. You felt a little disrespected by it. This time going into it, I haven't checked the Vegas line. Being up here in Canada, I can't really see it, but I believe you actually opened as the favorite from what I've seen. I can pull it up here really
Yeah.
quick. Does that play into your psyche at all, or anything going into the match, being underdog versus the favorite going in? Yeah. So right now, at least from what Power Slap posted last, you were minus 180.
Damn. Yeah. Honestly, to me, like my last match is different from this match. This match,
Mm-hmm.
the betting doesn't really play a factor in it. I know Ron is it it doesn't play a factor in my psyche. Like it's a completely different match from last match.
Mm-hmm.
Last match was different. That was more like, oh, who is this guy? He ain't got this, and proving people wrong. This match is going up against someone that's on pretty much number one in the sport right now.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk through it. Wednesday, how does the match unfold in your mind? You get up there, you do your walkout music, get on that stage. Walk me through how you see it going.
In a dream scenario, like what I'm gunning for, I want that just first round knockout. Not anything against Ron or nothing, but it's my first time going first in any of my matches, so it would be
Mm-hmm.
nice to get a first round knockout, get a little highlight reel, post down on Instagram. It'd be great. But honestly, if it doesn't go that way, I'm probably gonna go full somewhere in the later rounds. Might actually be a pretty lengthy match, but yeah, if I don't get in with the first one, I'm hope it's probably going to go the distance.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then prediction. I need a prediction from you.
Ooh. Uh,
It should be an easy one. You can't pick against yourself. Come on.
yeah, I can't go against myself now. got, got to go in there at least believing you can win. But
There we
nah,
go.
yeah, no, I'm, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get this one. I've been working
Awesome.
my ass off to get this one.
Yeah,
This is the
awesome.
one I really been looking forward to.
Yeah. I know you're just getting into law school and stuff like that, getting in there, getting that win bonus. Great potential for fight of the night, highlight of the night, whatever you want to say, some additional bonuses there. Um, you know, is that going to help change the trajectory of your life? I mean, especially if you get that title, it assures you, another big payday. Like does all that stuff kind of play into your psyche? I know you're young. I know you still have you have many more years to come. But obviously, this is a sport that the length and career can be very, very short. But are you kind of cherishing that moment right now to have the spotlight, to have the attention, and to be able to rack up those paychecks?
Yeah, those paychecks are definitely changing how I see my life going. Because before this, I was really not sure I was paying for law school. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
going to be tight. Like we were looking to move out, but we don't want to leave our rent. Like we were trying to maybe think about buying a house in like 10 years. Now it's 5 years. If I do great in this match, it could go down even more. It's
Mm-hmm.
like it's really speeding me through life a little bit. And I'm really grateful for the opportunity to get those checks.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't that be an awesome story at graduation? How'd you pay for law school? I slapped my way through it.
It would be great. It would be great. So how'd you get your degree? Oh, I just had to slap a couple people. What? You did what?
Oh, that'd be amazing, my man. And I think you
Oh
can
yeah.
make it happen, dude. You got a ton of skill. You got many years under your belt. I think the world is knowing about you now. If they didn't before, if they were ignorant to the fact of what you do with Slap Fight Championship ahead of time, they may not have been able to see you on the road to the title since you were, a coach, and we didn't see, your full abilities on display. But the world will know who you are if they don't already from Power Slap #1, getting into that main title matchup against, Ron Beta Wolverine coming in Wednesday on Rumble. We're going to be there at Slap News. I look forward to meeting you, seeing you there, and hopefully we'll see you in the winner's circle in that media press conference room once again, being able to interview you. Safe travels, our man. I'll give you the last word. Shout out your social media handles, and if you have anybody that you want to thank for getting you here today.
Shout my Instagram handles are just the Bell SF at pretty much everywhere. Instagram, you know, TikTok, YouTube, all that. And just shout out my wife. She's the only reason I would even start this sport. She was the one who convinced me to sign up in the first place, all that months and months ago. So she's really been a really big factor in me even doing this at all. So yeah, she's perfect. She's great. She's great. Yeah. And that's all I
Awesome,
gotta
buddy.
say.
All good, man. Travel safe. We'll see you there in Las Vegas. Power Slap #2, Wednesday, May 24th, the main event.